How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the weekly endeavours for the 6th of October onwards. With this set, I would go crafting with any skill. I think that's the best one. But killing foes with class skills isn't too bad. I wouldn't really do Battlegrounds myself, even though theoretically it's pretty straightforward. You just go to Battlegrounds here, join the queue, and just do whatever pops up. Win or you lose, it works either way. But the issue is, it can take a while for Battlegrounds to pop, and you've got to do that 5 times. You can do this one here in a couple of minutes. This one here will likely take you hours. This one here you can do in like 5 or 10 minutes as well. So I really don't think you should bother with Battlegrounds if you just want to do this as quick as possible. Okay, so starting with crafting with any skill, I'll run through this one and I'll run through this one after. I'll timestamp if you want to jump straight to class skills for whichever reason. So there's 2 methods here that I suggest. Firstly, writs. I assume most people are familiar with writs, but there's 7 writs that you can do in total. Assuming you get all the passives related to each of the writ types, I'd say a single set of 7 writs, including the Juru crafting one if you got Somerset, that's about 20 items. So 2 full sets of writs, or like a couple of sets of writs over the course of like a few days, that will get you all you need to complete this one. So naturally, if you do your writs as you go, like each day, you'll get this done anyway. So, you know, for those who have all started with writs, you don't even have to worry about the weekly, you'll get it done naturally. And for those who don't naturally do writs, there are so many fucking guides out there who can explain it way better than me, that I suggest you look up if you do want to do these, because they are very valuable, they are lucrative. You get lots of, not just lucrative, but like you get a lot of other stuff which tend to help you with regards to other endeavors in the future. For example, surveys. Surveys are things that come up. Today, for example, we got alchemy plants and water nodes. That one you can do with an alchemy survey pretty quick. So yeah, there's just a lot of positives to gain from it. However, what I will do instead is, if you don't want to do writs, if you just want to do this ASAP and then focus on getting your writs sorted, there is a very easy way without having to worry about writs. So let me show you. I'm not going to show you how to do writs because honestly, man, you type in ESO writs, there's just so many videos out there that will just show you, like long and short, that will just show you everything you need to know about writs. And again, just better than I can explain it. Alternate method is using 2 recipes that you can get at level 1. So regardless of your level in provisioning, even if it's level 1, you can do this. And while there is an initial investment of about, it's either 270 gold or 520 gold, I'd suggest going 520 gold, and I'll tell you why. But you want to go to any chef in the game. Hizala, for example, is probably one of the best to go to, because she's in the same place you want to do the rest of the stuff. She gets you baked apples and banana surprise recipes. These 2, they can be used at level 1, and they only require apples or bananas. And both of these are available to you in a location where you don't have to steal them. And there's quite a few of them that you can go and grab. So let me show you where it is. This is the pier you're looking for. It's in Oridon, Focal Guard. Everybody's got this way shown by default, so it's very easy to get here. And it's over here. The reason we are here is there's apple baskets, and there's a tray over here with some stuff in it. It's got bananas, and it's got apples. So let's grab these. And we go up to the apple basket here on the boat, just grab that. And we go up to the apple basket here and grab that. So that will give you about 10 items, maybe more, maybe less. Sometimes these things don't have items in them. It's just the way containers work in this game. It's a little weird. But the thing is, now you think, oh, well, I've only got 10. Like, say you don't have anything leveled in provisioning. Like, that's not going to be enough for you. This can be reset, and you can come straight back here, like, really fucking quickly. So what you want to do is go to the Alliance War tab, go to Imperial City, enter the campaign for that. I guess you could do your 12-hour endeavor for today if you want to do that. And Dangerous Post is easy to get here too, I guess. But yeah, the main reason you're coming here is to literally just come straight back out. So just turn around, look for the exit with the tunnel, this one here, and just look for the circular icon on the map. Just hit this exit. This will take you straight back to where you were before, at the pier. And you'll notice the tray has got stuff in it again, so let's grab that. Grab the apples, the bananas, grab the apple basket again, and the apple basket again. And now, you just keep repeating that process. Just go back to Imperial City. Go to the exit. Back out to the pier. Grab the bananas and the apples again. Apple basket and apple basket. And then, once you've got enough items, so once you've got a total of 30 items, you can just go over to the cooking station over here. Just go a little bit west. There'll be a cooking fire right here that you can use. Now, when you go into this, just use the two recipes you've just bought from Hizala, Banana Surprise and Baked Apples, and just craft your way to 30 items with any skill. So if you have no characters above level 10, in which case the Alliance War tab will not be available to you, instead, the quickest alternative is just leave the zone and come back. You can do this in two ways. Either go to the Way Shrine, travel to a different zone, come back, do the same thing, come over and everything will be reset, or you can go to the Outlaws Refuge over here and come back and reset it. It's also very easy. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Just repeat that process over and over until you complete the crafting with any skill weekly. Honestly, one of the best weeklies in the game. Okay, the other good option is killing foes with class skills. Now, the thing you need to remember about this one is your class skills must be the thing that kills it. Actually kills it. So takes it from 1 HP to 0. Nothing else matters. So I think the best way to go about this is, because there's some other things that can get in the way, even if you just use class skills, status effects, proc stats, those things can steal kills and have it not count for this. So the best way to go about this, I think, is two things. Either go for enemies that have 1 HP, so there's nothing else can get in the way afterwards, or use AoE class skills that have a lower chance of applying status effects to just reduce the unreliability of that whole stuff. So, firstly, I'll just go through 1 HP enemies. They are in this game, the critters. So hit these with a class skill, and that's one way to just progress it. Now, the only issue with this is there's very few cases where there's going to be critters in this game that you can find in instance locations, and that's a problem because everybody else is going to have the same idea. They're going to come over and just kill these fighters, or whichever critters you find, and that means you're just going to have to wait for them to respawn, which can be a pain, because sometimes they can take a little while to respawn. But this is a slow but sure way. If you don't have any characters set up for doing a lot of AoE damage quickly, but if you do have AoE, this will be much quicker. There's a couple of good places where you can find a bunch of critters in like a fairly easy to reach location. The spiders that you just saw were in Devon's Fired Steeds, just like east over here. There's a bunch of spiders. There's also some like hostile spiders too. There's also that way shrine's unlocked by default, so everybody's got easy access to that. There's also this one here, Monkey's Rest, just northwest of the starting way shrine and vocal guard. There are about 30 monkeys over here that you can kill just with a class skill. There are a couple on like the top of a rock, so you might need a range one for that, just bear in mind. There is also in Alikir Desert, Divide's Chagrin. This is sort of like the main place people go, because there's lots of mountain goats here that you can kill. There's probably like 40 or 30 as well. So yeah, any of those locations work. If you haven't been here before, you won't get this way shrine naturally, but you can use home tours with these two houses here to get here. And then it's just a little bit of a trek southeast. Alright, so firstly, grab a character that has basically fully leveled up its class skill lines. Just stack shit tons of AoE. For example, this Dragonite, I've got AoE, AoE, AoE. AoE, AoE. I mean, this is a different thing. I'll explain that in a sec. But yeah, AoE, buff, healing. Also AoE healing as well, which is good. And yeah, just AoE ultimate, whichever AoE ultimates you got. Now, the reason I'm using Blockade, I do suggest running something like this, but it's your call. The reason I've got this is my armor stats here. On the back, I've got a infused weapon damage enchant, because this will impact the rest of your class ability damage. And this, like, Blockade itself, it's just 1 damage over time effect, whereas it is like 100 other different bloody class damage effect. And it's like 9 other things it's impacting, as opposed to also increasing its own damage. It's not a big deal, I think, but yeah, it's up to you if you want to use that. Because yeah, if you're not familiar, backbar weapons, if you have a ground targeted AoE, it will apply the enchant of the bar it's like started on. So when blockade is down, if something's getting hit by blockade, it's applying this enchant, which just boots the shit out of all of your other class abilities. And then for these two, I've just got basically the same thing, but I'm not really going to use them anyway because I'm not going to light attack. Because light attacks, if they get a kill, they steal it, so you don't want that. And then I'm just running the 2 sets that increase class, like they buff class abilities. So you've got Inner Exium and you've got Forest Wraith. These both just add only increases to damage and crit chance to class abilities. You don't need these, but it just makes it a little bit better because that's the only damage type you want doing a lot of damage. And then I'm running Slime Craw because of Minor Berserk. This might not be very good on specific classes that have their own source of Minor Berserk. In that case, maybe just run 2 1-pieces of just like crit or offensive penetration or weapon damage, whatever. But you don't want to run proc sets that deal damage because, again, they can steal kills. So you just want stuff that just buffs the damage of your class skills, nothing else. So yeah, just if you don't have Forest Wraith and Exium, just like Orders Wrath, Mother Sorrows, Brigands, that sort of shit. That's fine. And then you want to pick places that have a shit ton of enemies. For example, Forgotten Waste here. Public dungeons are great. Skyreach Catacombs is, I think, the best option. But I've done that fucking so many times. I don't know. Maybe you guys just want to see something else. So the combo is as follows. Just make sure you're healing yourself all the time. Blockade down. Eruption. Buff, buff, buff. And then AoE. AoE, AoE. And yeah, everything's already dead, so... yeah. Buff. Buff. Heal. AoE. 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 Single target to finish it off. Single target to finish it off. Yeah, some public dungeons are better than others. Some will have like bigger clumps of enemies together. Some of the best, I think, I'd say the high elf groups in Nuclear are great. The like orc, like with the maelstrom weapons, the groups in there in Rekindle Left are pretty good. Most of the stacks in Old Orsinium are pretty good. Crimson Cove is probably one of the best because there's just so many Imperial enemies in here. Same with Vile Mance in Reaper's March. That one's awesome. Same with Lion's Den, and Lion's Den's actually really easy to reach because yes, the starting waypoint's all the way over here, but you can use Autumn's Gate. You can travel here with home tours, and then it's just like a 2-minute walk. Well, not really a 2-minute walk, 5-minute walk more like. And then you get a waypoint over here, and then yeah, easy access to this. And this place is fucking crawling with Daggerfall NPCs all over the place. Now, that being said, there is no doubt... oh, hello. Alright, so yeah, there is no doubt that Craghorn's Skyreach Catacombs is the best place for this. Most of my other weeklies that have class or weapon kills, I go into this place and do it. So yeah, I assume you've seen it enough, but you basically just go in, stack up all the zombies in like one room compartment, and then just AoE them down in like a corner where all the ranged ones can't like see, so they have to run over to you to get there. So it stacks everything up in a tight group, and then you just AoE the shit out of them. You do take more damage there though than in public dungeons, so just be a little bit more cautious of that. If you want to get here for the first time, Earthshare Cavern in home tours. Just come up here once you're there, down here, through the road, up here, and then you've got easy access to Skyreach from that point. Yeah, anytime these kill enemies with X come up, Skyreach is probably the best way to do it. And you can do it literally this many enemies in Skyreach only takes like 5 minutes or so. And you only need to clear like half the half of the plate, half the dungeon. Okay, I will leave it there. What I'm going to do is in the description, I'll have a link to the like class skill bars that I use for each one, and I'll just go into a little bit of detail on the rotations and like basically like how I go about doing stuff. But basically, all of them are going to have blockade and resolving vigor, or like a ground targeted AoE of some kind, and vigor, because vigor is like your lifeline if you take damage and you just don't have anything down. But some classes I find to be much better than others. Nightblade is one of my favorites. Sorcerers are one I quite enjoy. Templars I also like. Necromancers as well. Basically anything except for Warden I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, because I find their sustain is terrible. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe not playing them right. But yeah, I avoid Wardens and kind of Necromancers too, because they can be a bit clunky. Yeah, it's going to be more personal preference. If there's a class you play to death, you're going to be better off doing that likely than just picking another class. But yeah, Nightblades and Sorcerers are my personal favorites, if I had to choose. Alright, that'll do. I'll leave the weekly there. If you got any questions for me, just chuck them in the comments. As always, thanks everyone for your support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care for now.